Hey, what's up guys? My name is Nesto. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank you guys for 500 subs. I really appreciate it. We're growing little by little. And I want to just I guess I'll just tell you guys a quick story in case you guys haven't heard it. And it's about a Taskrabbit tasker who got involved in a face mask scam similar to this one. You know, these KN95 masks. I'm on Facebook groups for Taskrabbit. You know, like there's one that's called Tasker Elites, and that's when you become elite. Taskrabbit it's run by Taskrabbit, and you could join once you become elite. And then there's another one called Taskrabbit Taskers United, and that's you know, that's made by taskers, and you know they ask you questions to make sure that you're not an employee of Taskrabbit, because they don't want, you know, they want to be able to discuss things freely without Taskrabbit you know, being able to like punish you or something for something you say, which is you know, admirable. But come on, man, there's a spy in there. Of course there's a spy in there. There's spies everywhere. But yeah, man, these I like these kind of groups are the only reason I have a Facebook. The only reason I even log on Facebook is mostly the Taskrabbit groups, the handyman groups, the appliance repair groups. That's where I go for help. That's where I go, you know, ask questions and stuff like that and see what's going on. But on the Taskrabbit ones, they're pretty especially the non-Taskrabbit one, the made by taskers. It's a bunch of drama, you know. People go at it in there. They tell their life story. You know, it gets pretty heated, you know, and it's just like gossip basically. But there's some good info, but you know, it's mostly just people either bragging or something like that, you know. But there's this one guy who was on, he's on both, I think. No, he might be on both, I don't know. But he was on the Taskrabbit Taskers United group, and back in like March or something, he started posting. He always be posting like his whole life story, and like he'll post things that are not relevant to Taskrabbit at all, just like his personal problems, like legit, like his personal problems, like his you know, matrimonial problems, his childhood problems. And you know, it's pretty sad, you know. Some of the things he said was like, you know, pretty sad, but like at the same time, it's like, this is a Taskrabbit group, man. It's not therapy, you know. But people were starting to get annoyed with him, because he would just post like random things like that. And then he started posting, bragging about a job. You know, he did deliveries. Like, oh, well, I got this job, you know, it's gonna pay me $2 grand. You know, I got this delivery job, back at this delivery job, you know, making money, this and that. You know, and he was like showing pictures and what this job was, and people started getting onto him. There was an well, I'm gonna tell you how I read about it in the news article, because there was actually a news article about it. There's an investor from San Francisco. He bought like I forgot how many million masks, a million masks probably, or probably more, of these kind, the KN95 from China, and his plan was to sell it to the, like, wherever they were. I think it was Austin or San Antonio or Houston, somewhere, one of those healthcare systems, one of the hospital systems. The investor's plan was to sell it to the hospitals. The problem is that these are not, they come in packages that say these are not for medical use, because they're not really 95%, they don't really filter out 95% of particles. You could tell if you have a legit respirator, 95%, just by the ear loops. These, if it has these, then it's not really a respirator, because it needs to have like that band that goes around your head and squeezes tight. And you know, so these are, they're just made to look like respirators, but they're not. You know, they're cheap Chinese knockoffs basically. And the investor's plan was to get 1 million of these. He found out that he can't sell them to the hospital, because the packages say not for medical use. So he hired a guy on Taskrabbit, or boy, to unpack everything, unpack each mask, and repackage it in a package that didn't say, in a bag that didn't say not for medical use. So obviously that sounds really sketchy, right? That's obviously wrong. You're gonna give non-95% masks to healthcare workers, and basically what his justification was that these are 95%. It's just that's just red tape, you know, like that's just to get them through customs. China does that for liability, but these are 95%, and he just needs to repackage them basically. And the Taskrabbit Tasker, he kept posting this, and then people were like, wait, what's the job? And he's like, oh, you know, this is a package. The packages are like this, and we're gonna repackage them like this because we need to get these masks out to these, you know, healthcare heroes. Sorry, there's a bump construction road, so he's like, yeah, we need to get this out to our healthcare heroes. And I was supposed to turn right there, god damn it. We're supposed to get these out to the healthcare heroes, you know. This guy's, he's paying me like $2,000 a day or some shit like that. And he has, I think he had I'm not sure if he had a truck, a box truck, but he was gonna deliver them. He's like, I got this, I gotta go ship this, I gotta deliver this, you know, I'm gonna be on the road all day, I gotta take these to these hospitals, whatever. And people were like, wait, like people started catching on to him, like, what the fuck? And then I guess he hired, from what I read in the article, he hired some taskers to help him, you know. And like one tasker he hired to help him, like as soon as he saw the operation, he was like, this, I'm out, you know, this is obviously not right. And that guy, I guess, blew the whistle, you know, and some journalists looked into it, and then they ended up not being able to sell anything because it blew up in their face basically. And the investor was complaining that, you know, now he's left with like 1 million masks that he can't sell, whatever. He can't, you know, he's left holding the bag. This guy, the tasker, he got his part, you know, but he got his money, but you know, he wasn't the investor, was the money guy, you know. He was just a tasker repackaging the things. But I guess because they didn't sell anything, you know, there's not any legal trouble, but you know, it could have been. But I think the hospital system said, like, you know, even if they did try to sell it to us, we wouldn't have made a deal with them. Like we have like standards, you know. We check everything, you know, like when things come in. Like we have people that we buy from, you know, and we test like random samples and stuff like that. So I guess like in the past, they've been tested, and they've tested for like they ended up filtering like 30% instead of 95%. So yeah, so you know, and eventually at some point, this Taskrabbit Tasker, he got kicked out of the group, the Taskrabbit Taskers United. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure if it was because he kept posting like irrelevant stuff, or he might have like doxed somebody, or he talked smack about somebody, but they kicked him out. And then he obviously started his own Facebook group, Taskrabbit group, and it's basically just I didn't join it, I just like clicked on it to see what was going on, and it's just basically him ranting in every post every day. So that's what that was, man. That's funny. It's crazy that these masks, you know, like this one I got from Amazon. I got like a package of like 10, and it's just crazy, man. Because I remember when this was starting off, I was at Home Depot and I was looking at those respirator masks for, you know, for doing drywall and all that stuff. So I was like, I think I got like 2 or 3 2-packs. But I was like, they're expensive, you know. They were expensive back then too, because they were the actual respirator with the little vent to breathe. And I was like, I can't afford that many, so I'm just gonna get a couple. And now I'm looking back, like, I probably should have just, you know, bought as many as I could, you know, because they from one day to the next, they sold out everywhere, you know. I mean, I still have them at home, like I still have several at home, but they're all dusty with the drywall and stuff like that. So that's why I don't wear them. But if, you know, if I had to go somewhere that's like, you know, like a hot spot, you know, I would wear that one instead, because it's 95%. Even though it's dusty, if anything, it's even more percent now that it's all dusty. But yeah, guys, that's the story. Taskrabbit Tasker started a scam with the help of an investor from San Francisco, who saw a golden opportunity to buy, you know, 1 million Chinese masks and try to sell it to the hospital. And it just goes to show you guys you know, it doesn't pay to be dishonest. And that one tasker that showed up and like immediately, like he actually had a moral compass. So as soon as he walked in, he said, "What's the job? We're gonna take these non-medical masks and package them so that they don't say non-medical, and we're gonna sell them to hospital workers." You know, right away he knew, like, okay, well, obviously this is wrong. But the investor and that one dude that got banned from Taskrabbit taskers, they you know, they try to justify it any which way to make some money, you know. And I'm not sure, I think he might have gotten kicked out of Taskrabbit as well, but I don't know, I haven't seen his daily updates, you know. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for the 500 subs. See you guys in the next video.